Hello and good evening. My name is John, and I'm here playing Europa Universalis, that's the name, 4. As part of my Steam cleaning series, I go through every game in my Steam library, eventually an arbitrary rate and a review that we would have playtime. I am joined today by the illustrious
Bucktown.
Hey, Bucktown, how's it going?
All right. It's finally a sunny day here in gloriously cold Sweden.
It is snowing here in Edmonton. That's my life. All right, so I have played a lot of Crusader Kings 2. I've played a little Crusader Kings 3. I've played a lot of Stellaris, probably too much. What is EU4? This is the period between Hearts of Iron and Crusader Kings? Is that the time frame we're looking at?
Yes, although really it's the period between Crusader Kings and Victoria, but that one's barely counted.
Oh, okay. Can you play Crusader Kings, Universalis, Europa Universalis, Victoria, Hearts of Iron in that order? Can you transfer a save all the way through?
At one point, you could do 2 of those 3 transfers. I'm not sure if that's up to date.
Can you transfer a save from Hearts of Iron to Stellaris?
I have no idea.
I think you should be able to.
I'm sure somebody's made a mod for that, but there was a Crusader Kings to Europa Universalis save converter at some point. But I know that was for CK2. It may not be for 3.
Not yet, at least. I should play more 3. 3 is really, well, we're not playing that game. 3 seems really smooth. I just haven't had time to chew on a game because these are such long games. Speaking of how long games, this is the world at 1444. How late does this go?
1821.
Okay, so almost 400 years.
Yes, just under. Largely the end of the Napoleonic era.
All right. So we've got, there's a little bit of the United States. Or sorry, there's a little of North America. It's not the United States yet. Is it the United? No, it's not the United States.
If you zoom out, there is pretty much the entire world.
Yeah. I was just zooming out. Because I know in Crusader Kings, it's kind of very Eurocentric. And then they added in Eurasia and Africa. But there wasn't much on the North and South America.
So over time, they've added a lot. It starts very Eurocentric, and this focus is still somewhat Eurocentric, but the peripheries exist, and they're enhancing North America and Southeast Asia with the upcoming patch in, I want to say 2 weeks. I could be off on that, though.
I love the fact that you have all the DLC, and it just says, your host has these, and the rest, yeah. All right, so what do we do? Obviously we probably want to start in Europe, or do we can we start, is this game viable if I was to play as the Navajo?
If you are a very good player, yes.
Okay.
Starting out, no.
Okay.
Learning being a very small nation is quite dangerous because one mistake and you will be wiped out.
Okay.
So you usually want to start with somebody who is big enough that you can make mistakes without it horribly backfiring.
Okay, I'm with you. So, is Scotland still Nubia Island? That's what I remember hearing from Crusader Kings. It's you play over here in Scotland, or Ireland, I should say, and you conquer that as your first I can do this.
Unfortunately, no.
It looks like it's in a lot of pieces right now, so probably not.
Yeah. Ireland exists to be eaten by England in almost all games.
Oh, no.
Again, very, very good players accepted. That's the general trend.
All right. So where are you? Sorry, where are you starting?
We can actually play the exact same nation in
what?
co-op. Yes, that is an option.
Oh my God, I love that. That is so good. Does Crusader Kings do that? I want more of that.
I don't know. I haven't tried that part.
All right, so you're clicking on Munster. We're now both on Munster, but that's not where we want to be.
Oh, definitely not. Let's see. As generally good beginner to start out and learn stuff, Castile is a solid option.
Oh, you mean Spain? Future Spain.
Future Spain. Castile is good. The Ottomans are quite good. They are in the ascendant in this time period.
Oh.
Yeah. Austria is a good second or third game because there's quite a few, or there's some extra mechanics that you'll want to know about ahead of time.
So you can't just make your choice based on geography, because some places are really big but they don't have a lot of resources, right?
Yeah.
Like if I took Novgorod, Novgorod. I'm guessing they don't got a lot of resources up there.
They have a very challenging start because they have a very hungry neighbor in Muscovy and
Okay.
Denmark, and they usually tend to get crushed between the two of them right off the bat.
All right.
Once
Well,
you're
I
a bit more
trust.
experienced, you can pull that off, but I recommend rolling as the Ottomans to start out.
All right, I trust you intrinsically. We're gonna be so. This is really cool. How does it like? What do you do in co-op? Do we both have the ability to flip the same switches, or do you split it up?
It's pretty much all the same switches. Some events will get prompted to one player only.
Okay.
But
Ottomans is an interesting choice during this period. Click to select it. All right, Ottomans. I'm ready.
We are launching.
We are launching. All right, so we are in 1444. So there are boats, lots of boats. The Ottomans in 1444 are a regional power in the process of securing control over Anatolia and the Balkans. In the east, Ottoman control has been reimposed in the aftermath of the Turkish invasion, but several dialects remain. These aren't tooltips. These are just yellow words with no tooltips. Man. Okay. This is a lot of...
Yep, those are all just flavor.
Yeah, we are the Sunni. Okay. We are Turkish kingdom. And we are environmental. Okay. Playing with victory cards. The game... Victory cards.
That's a thing that I had left on, but you can ignore.
Okay.
It's a system built to give you more score in multiplayer games and incentivize you to fight other people.
Oh, okay. Oh my goodness! Look at all these little people on wagons and stuff. How did this look so bad for being a game that's... How old is this game? 20 years?
I want to say 2013. So 8 years.
8 years?
It's gotten some graphical updates.
It has.
Those wagons and boats going along the dotted lines are depicting trade flows.
Yeah, there's a wagon that's completely under the train.
Yeah, I mean that happens too.
That happens. Who hasn't driven? I've played. What's that called again? Oh gosh, Oregon Trail. My wagon has gone underwater a few times.
Yeah, that happens. I mean, you can do it in Satisfactory too. I ran a train through the middle of a mountain.
Oh, I like it. All right, so this game rewards aggression, right? Like these are all these Paradox games are like you gotta start wars, you gotta be aggressive, right?
And the but on there is aggressive expansion makes your neighbors not like you, and if it goes over a certain threshold, they can form a coalition against you, and those can be very painful.
Yeah. We also have the nice banner at the top of like things you gotta do. We've got a truce expiring, we've got a free advisory slot, we've got a national decision, and we have too few rivals.
And they're color coded. So red is stuff they think is important. Yellow is, check this out, it's going to be an issue. And green is like, you can really ignore this.
You can just leave your advisor slots empty?
Yes.
Oh, because you have to hire them. They cost you money. All right.
Right. And so you get to the system that some people really, really hate, the mana system.
The mana system?
It's what it's been nicknamed. I don't know why. It's called Monarch Power. That's what it actually is.
Hold on, where is that? I see treasury, manpower, sailors, stability, corruption, prestige, legitimacy, and power projection?
Prestige, legitimacy, and power projection.
Yeah.
There's 3 categories. There's administrative power, diplomatic power, and military power.
Those are my manas.
Yep. And if you mouse over them, it'll tell you what the monthly increase is.
Oh, and I only can save 999 power. Okay, so you can cap out.
Yep, and then you should spend it on something.
Well, like that's it. I mean, that's an okay mechanic. Like, you want players to be encouraged to do things, to engage in systems. So having those caps isn't terrible. 999 seems like a lot.
Yeah. So the base cost on a technology is 400.
Hold on. Hold on. Technology is T. No, that's not T.
Nope, that's map modes. So, easiest way to do it is to click on the big Ottoman flag, which is also F1.
Oh my god, and light bulb. No, that's ideas.
The one next to it. The
Gears.
cogs is technology.
All right. Oh, these panels aren't modal. They're stuck. Okay.
So there's 3 categories of tech. They correspond to your 3 admin powers.
Okay. So you said you can cash them in for, by default, they're 400 points, but they...
I
Right?
think it was 400. Oh, no, I was wrong. It's, what's the cost
Well, I'm
on this bad boy?
598.
Like 600?
600? Maybe there's some modifiers, yeah.
Oh, there it is. Base cost of 600. It gets slightly cheaper over time.
Yeah.
But it'll prompt you when you've got enough to get in for the next tech.
Okay.
And so...
Do you find this tech tree to be satisfying?
It's not as a tech tree.
Okay.
It is just there as a very abstract method of how far along are you in this system.
Okay.
Because it's just level 3, level 4, level 5, and you unlock new stuff at each level, but
Is
it's
it
always fixed.
Is it a tree? Do you get a choice, or is it just you go in
No.
order? Oh, okay. So it's not. It's just it's progression of technology, not a tree of technology.
Yeah, 3
Okay.
to 32. So once you hit 32 in attack, you're capped out, but it gets considerably more expensive every year ahead of time it is.
Okay.
So trying to unlock techs more than like I think it's 15 or 16 years ahead of time it costs more than the cap is, so it can't be done.
I'm curious on that choice because that means that they are making a statement that's saying that no matter how smart or how advanced you make your civilization, you can't get ahead of the technology as historically accurate. Am I making the right statement in saying that?
Within reason, it's you can't get a certain amount over a certain amount ahead of time.
Okay.
So if you stack everything to reduce costs and get more monarch power, you can push that frontier up, but at some point you still hit the cap.
Okay. Again, I'm always curious on those design choices because you're looking at it going like, to some players who want to min-max, they could probably make something work where like, oh yeah, we've got laser guns at a certain point, but like, that's not what this game is. So by putting the throttle or throttling players on how fast things are, like, look, if you want to play a game where you rocket through the technology tree, there are different games for it. That's not what this is, and we're going to hamper you to keep you in line with what our systems were built for.
Very much so. And I know the previous iterations had a much more flexible system where you could invest money to get tech. And so as you got to the point where Empire got really big and started making a lot of money, you could just slam
Gobble them
that
all
into
up.
tech,
Yeah.
and it's create this crazy loop. Where this game, because it's based on the monarch power, the world's biggest empire can only make like 30% more monarch power than anyone else.
Gotcha.
So you can't completely run away.
Gotcha. No, that's good. I mean, there is that entropy where like, it's not. I don't know personally enough from history, but like I feel like humankind has some entropy to it, where it's like, if someone gets that far ahead, things just leak out or things slow down because you rest on your laurels, or like it's very hard to get a nation so far ahead of another one. Like I think of like, what is it, Civilization, where it's like archers versus a battleship. That would never happen. Like you can't bottle that stuff up so much.
And certain tech thresholds in here can be very decisive in like a battle. So if you level up to a certain military technology before your neighbors, and there are 1 or 2 military techs behind, you will have a very good edge.
Okay.
In an otherwise fair battle. But they could too many enemies could still outweigh that.
Gotcha.
It's one factor among several.
All right. Well, let's take care of this red banner then.
All right, rivals. So,
all right.
Click that. It pops open the diplomacy tab automatically.
I need 3 more rivals.
Yep. And so you can see a little ways down the list is listed enemies and rivals.
Yeah, so
Hungary
hates me, England hates me, Lithuania hates me, and the Mamluks hate me.
Yep. So the Mamluks, Lithuania, Hungary, they're all in the same general area as us. England is off somewhere else.
I know where England is.
But they're not our problem.
Yeah.
Actually, they're not in our neighborhood. Oh, the English are generally referred to as the most useless ally ever in this game.
Oh, because they're so far away.
Yeah, and they're often very bad at actually bringing an army to help you out. They only do it when it's really inconvenient for you.
All right, so there's a whole bunch of people that I have truces with, and then reconquest Casas Bellas against Albania. They hold provinces rightfully ours. So that seems like a good rival.
Unfortunately, they're too small. You're only allowed to rival people who are within a certain bracket of your power.
Oh, so,
so
obviously it's like, oh, if you were a high school student, you can't pick a kindergartner as your rival because people are like, what are you doing?
Yeah, it's like people who are 1 or 2 grades above or below you.
Okay.
So from the rivals list, when we click on the no rivals selected, it'll bring up a list of the eligible people. And I think we have
where is that?
Oh, so you click the too few rivals button.
Yeah, and I'm seeing diplomacy.
Enemies.
Yeah.
Below enemies.
Oh, click on rival. Okay, they'll tell me who. I click on an empty rival spot. Okay.
Yeah, so it'll tell you what their opinion is, how big their army is compared to yours, and how big their navy is.
Yes.
And then whether or not they've rivaled you.
Gotcha.
So we probably want to rival the Mamluks because they need to go down.
The Mamluks. Yes, and I'll click OK. Confirm rival.
Yep. And so that'll be 1 out of 3.
Hold on, my screen is scrolling a lot because someone at work messaged me even though I'm on vacation. All right. Let's get back. Oh, I'm just scrolling around in circles. All right, so confirm rival. By setting the Mamluks as rival, you announce to the world. Do we send out like a newspaper? Is it a zine? That they are your rival. Against a rival with the following benefits: more prestige, no trade effect, more spy. Okay. So, does that do people still set rivals? Like in modern day, not formally, yeah. Was this something that was a formal thing in this era where you would like actually send out a letter to whom it may concern? I published my I am subtweeting the Mamluks saying they are our rivals. Like, how did this actually work?
It wasn't this formal, but there was national rivalries that existed, and one-upping your rival was a big thing with prestige. So it's an abstraction of a system.
Is there
rival the Austrians forever?
Is there only war rivalry, or could I rival them on trade or rival them on technology?
It's just a general rival.
Okay. All-purpose rivalry.
Yes.
All right, so I have the Mamluks for 25 years, so I need 2 more.
Let's see. We could go with Venice, because Venice is annoying, and we're going to have to fight them because they own territory in our yard.
Well, hold on. Lithuania, Hungary, and England all say they see us as rivals, so we don't want to rival them back?
We could, but so we can only do 3 already. And then we're not really going to get any of the benefits from fighting England because we're not going to be fighting them very much. They're just too far away at this point.
Yeah. So where is...
And we're not going to try anything crazy.
So Venice is pretty close by.
Right, and Venice has territory all along the coast of
the Balkans. Yeah, I highlight over them. They're all over the place.
Yep. So they are very close to us.
All right, let's do Venice then.
And then...
boop. See. Okay, we got 1 left. We got... Oh, God. Is that Kara...
Hungary.
Kara... Koyunla? Kanoli?
I think it's Kara Kunlu.
They need to add... Is there a mod that adds the pronunciation guides to this stuff?
Not that I'm aware of.
Oh, that'd be a good mod.
But I'm sure there is one.
There's got to be a mod for everything. All right, so who do you think is our last rival?
Let's go with Hungary.
Hungary, all right.
They're near enough that we could fight them, and...
We're touching. We got a little tiny little right across the Thames. We're right next to each other.
And we'll eventually have to fight them for control of the Balkans.
Okay. All right, so...
We've solved that problem.
Yeah, red bar gone. So let's talk about these national decisions.
All right. National decisions are things you can take that will give you certain benefits. The little yellow dot is whether or not you get the banner when it's eligible.
Oh, okay.
If you mouse over the question mark, it'll tell you what the requirements are.
Okay,
And
so we
then-
could denounce someone or enforce unity or expand the dev Shermare system. Okay.
So I'm just looking at it like, all right, enforcing
So-
religious unity gives us a benefit with no costs. So that's a good one to do. Same with adopt the title of Khalifa.
Okay, so like that one just says you just flat out get plus 0.5 yearly prestige. But I
until the
moved
death
10
of your
towards legalism.
Oh yeah, that's in the religion thing. We'll get to that in a second. But that's fine to do.
I just want to know, is there... Why are people still messaging me at work? Don't they know I'm on vacation? They probably do. But... Anyway, I lost it now. So, does this game provide an example of like why you would want to do something? So like lose 100 military power, but I gain 10% national military manpower modifier. Because you said expand the Devshar system is good. It comes at a cost
Of the military power.
right, which is my mana. Yeah.
Which is how quickly you can jump up a military technology level is the primary thing you'll use it for.
Okay.
So this is a case of that plus 10% national manpower, that's definitely worth it. So let's just take it.
Okay. Boom. So my question I was posing, and this is more just for like all of these games, is how do you like? I always struggle on deciding when not to do something. It is very easy for a player to say, I have an option, something on its green, I'm going to take it. And there's a lot of games where you'll do that and go, oh, I have undercut my supply lines or I've undercut my production because I took too many things. Does the game provide enough feedback to go, hey, buddy, slow down. You should really only, you can take 5 of these, but you really should only take 2. Like, does it give you that kind of like, is that just something that like, how do you balance that against what the game should teach you and what you should know as a player and the messaging the game gives you?
There's a lot of the messaging in this one. Like if you scroll down to some of the other things in the decisions, like adopt the provincial government system, and you look at it, some of the stuff shows up as red.
Yeah.
So that's like, okay, hang on.
A little unrest, but I get more taxes, yeah.
Right, but that unrest should be a flag already, like, okay, can I handle that unrest?
Yeah.
And so for that, you'd want to check how much general unrest you have and sort of have a vague idea of where you're going in the future.
Right. So, but what you're saying is that adopt the title of Khalifa.
No downsides. Just
no downside. But it says move. Okay, so we'll take that one. Because I feel like
enforce religious unity.
I feel like we just joined in, and we sat down first day in office, and we're just like executive order, sign everything.
I mean, that's a little bit of how the game can be, like with just the setup, but
yeah,
there will be generally less decisions per day as time goes on.
Yeah. Do we want to denounce? Like, there's no negative for denouncement of the sect practices.
Yeah, let's do it.
And then the last one is military strength versus heretics plus 2% again.
Yep.
Is this a flavor choice? Because like enforcing religious unity is something I wouldn't be really cool with in my real life, but here it's like flat plus 2 strength, so why not?
So religious unity makes it easier to govern your realm by force converting people.
Yeah.
So that's a bit of a mess.
Yeah, but it only shows a plus 2.
But right, here, you'll take a lot of like this game is full of decisions that are like, I don't know about that.
Does this game show humanity as the real monsters, is what you're saying?
I mean, you as a ruler will do some pretty nasty shit.
Okay. All right.
It's a cultural conversion button.
Yeah.
And you're looking at that button and it's like, what am I actually doing here? Am I culturally genociding somebody?
Or am I just...
Probably, yeah.
Probably, yeah. Okay. All right, so...
Makes your realm easier to govern.
We have truces, yeah, and then now we can convert people if we wanted to, but that costs a lot of money.
On that one, it's 0.3 per month. It just takes 92 months. That's Gonna take a really long time. I would wait until we have a little more missionary strength.
Yeah, and also, so okay, again, obviously I should have read the 87-page manual that came with this game. Why do I want to convert them? Is it just because it unifies my faith growth for my faith mana or something?
Not in this case. It's that lack of religious unity causes you some problems. So if you open the religious tab, either by clicking on that drop down or doing it through the government.
Yeah. Religion, yeah.
So we're currently Sunni. Then below the section, there's the Mysticism versus Legalism slider.
And we've been taking more legalism.
Yeah, so if you mouse over the ends, it'll show you what the benefits are if you are at 100% of either of them.
Okay, so legalism is
tax.
Everything except for.
So the loyalty equilibrium has to do with our estates, which I can cover later. But loyalty is more tax, more men, cheaper tech. Mysticism is better
more
missionaries,
defense, more strength,
morale, fort defense.
Okay. Is atheism
that,
an option in this game?
Not exactly, but if you go full humanists,
or
some places do have a 0 religious penalty option.
Okay.
But that's really hard to pull off. So
Okay,
we'll ignore that for now.
I believe you. Okay.
So below that is religious unity. It says 94%. If you mouse over it, it'll show you what the current level of religious unity is, and what the penalties are.
Okay, so in this world, if my neighbor practices a different religion than mine, my people generate unrest.
It's not about your neighbors. It's you have a state religion, and your provinces.
Sorry, I meant
they are a different religion.
You are accurate. I meant not my political neighbors. I meant like if I'm just Joe Schmo on the street, and my next door neighbor is a different one inside my province.
It creates religious unrest and an increase to boosting stability.
Okay.
And if it's really high, a bit of yearly corruption.
So there's at this point in the world, and this is probably historically accurate to a lot of situations, I can't just be like, we don't care, practice whatever you want. That's not an option on the table right now.
It sort of is, because if you look up in the upper right of that menu, there's tolerance.
Yeah.
And there's 3 options. There's tolerance of the true faith, which is your religion.
Heretics.
Tolerance of heretics.
And
tolerance of heathens.
Okay.
And so, as the Ottomans, we're fine with heathens.
We just don't like people who...
We don't like heretics.
Heretics, okay. So if I was going to convert anybody, it would be just the Sivas in Shia that are only seen as heretics. The ones with 19 months are like, those will actually make a difference. The other ones, who cares?
Because if you look at the list below that, all those Orthodox provinces cause 0% loss in religious unity.
Okay.
So
it really is just that one set of heretics that bum us out.
Right. And if for some reason we change our tolerance of heretics so that we are more tolerant of them, that will go away as well.
Okay. So we could go that route too. We don't have to convert
everybody.
Okay.
And that's done via national ideas. Could be as humanist, we could get tolerance of heretics +2.
Okay, and that's under the ideas. Oh my god, I clicked the button here. This is oh no.
Yes. We don't have to worry about that yet because you can only do one idea group at a time.
Okay, so these are like in Stellaris, these are like the unity focuses. If you fill out an entire track, you get an extra bonus too.
Yes. And you only get 8 idea group slots total.
Yeah, you can't have every idea.
Yeah, and there's 18? So you're only getting a third of them.
Roughly. Okay. I like that. I mean, I felt that in Stellaris, because you can get all of them, they don't really feel like you're making a choice.
Yeah, you're just picking about what you're prioritizing. Whereas here, this will deeply customize your nation.
Okay. Now, if you take over a nation that has a different idea track unlocked, is that just vaporized, or does that somehow integrate?
It vaporizes.
Huh. Okay.
I mean, it's still stored in a text file, so if that nation is then released
Restored?
again later,
Yeah.
they'll still have those, but you do not get any benefit from them
Okay.
directly.
I wonder if there's like some weird metagame stuff where it's like you let a small nation go down an idea path. You and they okay, cool. I maxed out, but if I capture them, I get a 9th one because they are blah blah blah.
Oh, I wish. No, sadly.
Ah. Okay.
Nothing like that.
Okay. Okay. So we've been talking for a half hour. We have not unpaused yet. How do you start these games? Like, what is your first goal? Like, do you have like, is it like chess? You have opening moves. Like, as the Ottomans, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to beat the crap out of Karaman, or I'm going to get some of these Venice. Like, do you have an opening move, or do you just willy-nilly it? Because they don't randomize. Like, the starts are the starts, right?
You can choose to randomize the game more in the setup. Most people don't. What is variable initially is who your rivals are.
Okay.
So the AI automatically picks rivals upon generating the game. So if you start another game as the Ottomans, you might have a different set. It might be like France, Austria, and Hungary instead of England.
Gotcha.
So that'll change who you can get alliances with, because it's bloody difficult to make somebody who's your rival friendly with you.
Gotcha.
As most of the time, you want to eat small neighbors.
Yes.
In the Ottoman case, we want to wipe out Byzantium because there's some extra bonuses there. But next to the ideas tab in the government is the missions tree, and that is definitely worth taking a look at.
Oh, hold on. Missions. Oh my goodness.
Yes.
All right, so this is my quest log?
You could look at it that way.
Build to force limit.
Anything with the Ottoman shields in the very top of it means this is an Ottoman specific mission.
Okay.
All nations have the group in the middle, the 3x5 matrix.
I really like.
Ottomans have a bunch more.
I really like this mission structure.
Yeah, so most of the time these missions will be based on history, so largely to do the things a nation did in history, and then also to do some things they aspired to, and often didn't succeed.
Okay, so
like the Ottomans.
So we have reinforced the army, which is get 85% force limit, but we also have hit 100. So those kind of piggyback up each other. High income and trustworthy allies, and then also owns Constantinople, which I heard you can't go back to Constantinople.
True.
All right, where? Okay, so
Constantinople is.
If I click the button, will it? Oh, it will show me Constantinople. Okay, so we already hate them. Yes, well, that's easy. That's right in the middle of our stuff.
Yep. So we'll need to declare war on them. Unfortunately, we don't yet have a casus belli.
Okay, so is this where we send a diplomat and go fabricate something?
Exactly. So you can click on either a Byzantium territory or something else.
I got them up.
There'll be a diplomacy button.
Yeah, I'm on.
We'll go to
diplomacy tab.
Oh yeah, with Byzantium targeted.
Yeah. Influence action.
You want to
relation
go down
action.
to
Dynasty
action.
Covert actions. Build spy network.
Yep. And then once the spy network is size 20, we can fabricate a claim.
All right. That is running.
And if you look in the upper right of the whole screen now, there's an outliner, and one of our diplomats is now building a spy network in Byzantium. The game's not currently unpaused.
Yeah, I got it, yeah.
The game's not currently unpaused, but you can see he's at 0.00 and will continue.
So we have 2 more diplomats we should do a thing with, because we're already paying their salary. They got to be working.
Yeah, or you can not worry about them. So we'll probably want to find some allies.
Okay. Who do we not hate?
Well...
How's Wallachia? Are they good ally? Wallachia?
They might. They don't particularly like us, but they don't hate us the same way a lot of other people do.
I mean, there's Serbia. I'm looking at Hungary. I want an ally against Hungary.
So one thing you can do is select Hungary and take a look at who their rivals are.
I see. So the Ottomans, that's us. Venice, we have Poland. So the only person, Poland's not a bad choice.
How does Poland feel about us? They're not happy, but
Okay, so how do I... they are minus 25? Am I looking at that right?
That is their... Yep, that's their opinion of us. And so
Okay.
if you go to diplomacy with the Poles, and go to alliance actions, you'll see offer alliance, currently blacked out.
Right.
Or currently red X, and if you mouse over it, there's some positive reasons and some negative reasons. The big one is a neutral attitude towards the Ottomans.
Right.
So, if we send a dude to improve the relations with them...
Okay, so it's a
via
relation
relations,
action, which is improve.
All right. It's possible they'll ally us.
All right, let's do
still
it.
might not.
But we'll at least now it's up there saying, okay, they're minus 21. We're going to send a diplomat. They're going to bring a bunch of Ottomans for them to sit on and put their feet up on, and then that's going to make them like us.
And by default, you can improve somebody's relations 100 with this action.
Okay. To 100 or by 100?
By 100.
Okay.
So it'll go up to about plus 75.
Okay, that sounds pretty good.
Who does the Mamluks not like? Let's see. They don't like Karakunlu, so we could try them.
I thought the Mamluks didn't like us.
Oh, I mean, they don't like us as well.
That we're one of their enemies. Oh, I'm sorry. You're right. Right. So they don't like... You said the Timurids?
The Mamluks don't like the Timurids, us, and Karakunlu.
Karakunlu.
They're a solid option for an early alliance.
Yeah, all right. So we'll do the same.
Either, so
improve relations. All right. Minus so 42. Whew. All right.
Yeah, you can see their current levels. All right. So next, force limit.
All right. So that is if you have Jedi.
Yeah, I wish. So, clicking on the country, we'll flip to the military tab.
Military. So we have
Yaya infantry and Musellam cavalry. We have 30, 40. So 40 is our force limit.
Okay. Recruit.
That means we need 10 more divisions.
Okay. So how do I get another division?
Couple of different places we can do it. You can, while selecting an army, click the plus buttons to increase on that army. You can also use...
I'm sorry, hold on. You mean the ones on the map?
Yep.
There we go. Okay. So I clicked on the one in... Oh, I can't read the map. It says Edipire?
I think it's...
Edirene. Edirene.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so I could say here, allow friendly units to attack the army. No. I could say...
Above where it says we have 12 infantry, there's a plus. So we could click that a couple times.
Oh, I see. Okay. 12,000, yeah. So do I want to click that?
Yeah, let's crank that up to 16. Why not? All right,
okay.
So we're now building 4
and now there's little tiny blacksmiths
there.
doing stuff.
Yep, they are working on infantry divisions, and they will automatically finish and go merge with that army.
3 or 4s. All right. So that'll put us at...
That's 34.
34, 40.
Yeah, we still need a couple more, so we'll have to get some more income.
Because we broke.
Yeah. So, to do that, we unpause.
Oh, gosh.
Dun, dun, dun. Yep, I'll start it on speed 2.
Oh,
oops,
sorry.
Paused. Dope. Okay, we're good.
I thought there was only 2 speeds, full and stop.
I mean, you can do it like that, but just sort of a minute to get used to it moving helps.
Oh gosh, there's a whole bunch of all the game start negotiations have fluttered by.
Yep, and most of them we can ignore.
Okay, well, hold on. Our coast has been raided. That's not good.
Unfortunately, the knights are just going to do that until we wipe them out.
Okay. Cassibellas. We have a Cassibelli on Mamluks. Take capital. Okay.
Yep, to humiliate them.
Yes.
So the war goal is their capital, and the humiliation is just a penalty to them. We don't get to slice off their territory.
Oh well, that's.
Yeah, you automatically get that Casus Belli against anyone you're rivaled with.
Oh, okay.
As long as you don't have a truce with them.
So where's my leader?
There isn't a portrait for them.
Okay.
If you open up the government tab and select the first tab, court, we have
that's
King
me.
Mehmed II, faith. Yep.
And I don't have a legal heir
yet. That'll happen naturally though, as long as we don't fire him into a cannon or fire him out of a cannon into a wall or something like that.
So we don't have to micromanage that guy as much.
Not really. So let's see, we need a bit more. I'll crank it up to speed 3.
France?
Yeah, so this is normal.
My King, the Knights have joined the Train League led by Venice. Damn nation. My King, Luca has joined the Train League led by Genoa. Damn nation. The Vile Pirates.
They're next to us.
Okay. There's a red one up there. A royal marriage offer.
So Karaman has offered us a royal marriage. It comes down to a question of, do we want to try and vassalize them with diplomacy, which could take a while, or do we want to try and they won't even go for that, or do we want to try and murder them? Because if we're just going to march an army in there, then we don't want to have a royal marriage with them.
Inferior prestige and legitimate, having one royal marriage. How many royal marriages can we have?
There's quite a few. The limits are diplomatic relations, by default 4.
Okay. So you're saying that they are so puny, they like us.
They like us, but are we just going to eat them? If so, then we don't want to have a royal marriage because you get a penalty for declaring war on people that...
Right. Is this their only territory? Is this just one?
Karaman, unfortunately, they have 5 territories.
Why am I not seeing them? I just see Ramazan. Is that actually 4 territories? No,
Ramazan. Oh, we had an offer from Ramazan?
Yeah, Ramazan.
Wait. Yeah, go ahead and accept that. I thought the offer was from someone else.
Oh, you're saying I should accept the marriage from Ramazan?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
I thought it was from Karaman, which was why I was going the other way.
So this one is -5, but it's still good?
Yeah.
Okay. We're married.
Yup.
All right.
Later, we'll offer them vassalization. And then France and England have gone to war as they usually do.
Good.
Yup. That's pretty normal for the surrender of the Maine.
Damnation.
Yep.
They're really looting us a lot.
Let's see if we can send out the battle fleet. What are the options?
Because we're broke.
Try hunt enemy fleets in the Aegean, maybe?
Hold on. Pause. There we go.
Jesus fucking Christ, they're crazy about that.
They're raiding us a lot.
Yeah, so I'm gonna click the Navy and go to
Hold on, I just want to read this one. Our chance reports there will be blood. My king, the rumor spreading in Delhi is preparing to attack Kashmir. The babbling buffoon personality Mohammed Shafor, likely why this is common. Okay, well, we don't care that much. Alright, so you clicked on Navy, which is not military. Where is Navy?
In this case, I went to the actual map and found our Navy.
Well, hold on. Mission
We can
fulfilled.
use the outliner too.
Mission fulfilled.
Ooh.
Which is get 85% army strength.
Yep, and it gives us a bunch of claims, which are useful for declaring war on people.
Okay. So, if we had enough money, we could get up to 100% strength to get the other bonus, but that's not bad. And then our next mission is to use those claims to consolidate Asia Minor.
Yep.
Okay. So
which we'll do eventually.
Boats. What tab is that? Not economy. Is it? I don't think it's. Oh yeah, naval units, military.
So there is some stuff in military, but to select the actual navy, we can use the outliner on the right. We've got
Yes.
2 navies. The one that is size 19 is what we want to use.
Yeah.
So clicking that brings up the navy, and then there is a select mission button.
Protect trade. Or hunt pirates. Is that the same thing?
Not exactly. Protect trade really should be just more of send your merchant boats over there to get stuff. Let's try hunt pirates in the Constantinople trade node.
Send. Got it.
Yep.
All right, so there's a
pause. They'll. Oh, surprise.
So there's a little. Okay, so there's a little fleet there that says, "Hey, they're doing a thing."
Yep. They're out looking for pirates.
And we have Cassibelli on Kandar and Kara. A bunch of people.
Yeah. So those claims are permanent, so we don't have to worry about when we take them over.
Mm-hmm.
We'll just get them eventually.
Okay, so hold on a second. Let's pause again.
And you can pause it as well. Just click on the button in the upper right.
I thought I did. All right, so we are now +6 with Poland. So we could offer alliance. No, we're not there yet. Okay, sorry.
They're still neutral. Oh, come on, Poland. They're messing with us now. They have too many diplomatic relations, so they'll be really hesitant to sign an additional alliance.
We need one more positive and negative reasons for an acceptance.
Yeah, so
they're currently at minus. Oh, it's vassalization. They would never do that. Offer alliance is saying. Okay, well, we'll just wait then, I guess.
I mean, we can try getting their reputation or opinion maxed out. They still might not do it because they're being a pill.
But we're still waiting on our spy network, which is at 7.5, so we got a ways to go there.
Then trying to max out or build up to the force limit, need another 20 ducats.
Do we? I thought we needed.
We need to hit 40.
Oh, we got a red one.
Oh, sure.
Oh, what was that? You cleared it.
Accepted it. It was an alliance offer from the guy who gave us the royal marriage, Ramazan.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Because they will, if we can get their opinion up to 190 of us, then they will accept being our vassal.
Yeah. Hey, can I ask a question?
Yeah.
How do you build stuff? Like, where's our capital?
Buildings.
Which is our capital?
Right now, the capital is in Ankara. I thought it was Ankara. Oh, it's Erdeni, where the big army.
The big army is. All right. So we have empty building slots there.
Mm-hmm. If you click the empty building slot, it'll bring up a building browser. And unfortunately, the only building we have unlocked is the castle. Everything else is based on tech levels. And if you mouse over it, it'll tell you need like
a lot of money.
The top left, yeah. The top left one, you need diplomatic technology of 4 to build this building.
Okay.
So we don't have the money nor the tech, but those will get unlocked throughout the game.
All right. So it will cost 40 for a minister of. Okay. What does improving a location says? It says improve. Erdine has improved 0 times. Base power of 50.
Oh wait, which thing are we looking at?
I'm just looking at the Erdine chart. There's like improve base taxes, improve base production.
Yes, that is what is known as development. You can spend monarch power to improve the stats of a province, which will get more yields for you.
Okay.
And while we could do that, it might not be worth the investment at this point.
Because the turnaround, because it's such a small plus 0.08 taxes is nothing.
Yeah, at this point, not a lot.
All right, so hold on.
For now, we're best off just saving our monarch power for getting technology.
So I need to stop. Okay, so I'm gonna pause. So looking at Cora, I need to stop improving relations and then offer an alliance.
Oh yeah, we need to free up a diplomat from somewhere, so we could use that diplomat.
Well, we don't need him anymore doing this, right?
Right. So you can recall him.
Yep.
You
And
know,
then when
take
he gets
15 days
back,
for him to
okay.
get back, and then propose the alliance.
And then countries want to hire. They want to hire our armies, a courtier.
Condottieri or something like that.
Yeah.
We can ignore that for now.
Does that give us money?
It offers you the chance. It can, but it's
risky.
Not a lot. I prefer to sit on the manpower for the moment.
Okay.
So next to our treasury is the manpower pool.
Yeah, and we're low on that because we've built a lot of armies.
Yeah. Maximum is 33,000. You gain by default a percentage of your maximum every month.
All right, so I'm going to send a diplomatic officer to become allies with Cora.
Boom.
And they accept it. Wow, that didn't take any time at all. It took 0 days.
Yeah, that part is instant, but the return trip takes time. So now, if either one of us gets declared war on, the other one should join them or face a very stiff penalty for refusing.
Yes.
If we want to call them to an offensive war, that takes a lot more time. We have to either offer them land that they want.
Hold on, a lot of pop-ups. Keep going.
Or we have to have a lot of favors with them, which are accrued for having an alliance for a long period of time.
Gotcha. All right,
Currently,
so we're
not going to have any favors.
All right, we have our free diplomat. So are we still looking for more allies, or what else can we do with this dippo?
Let's improve relations with Ramazan, because if we can get those maxed out, or up to 195, we can make them a vassal.
Got it. Done. Oh, the 126. They're already pretty happy with us.
Yes, and because we can buff them, how much more?
Another 100.
Have a 16.
Oh, 84 more. So that'll get us over the hump.
Yep. Oh, Hungary, what are you doing? The AI will routinely just claim a lot of stuff around it, so mildly annoying. I am also a fairly cautious and conservative player relative to many of the people who are out there, so I am less likely to initiate wars I'm unsure that I'm going to win.
Only do it if you're sure.
That's me, but other people have much better grasp about it and are willing to take bigger chances.
Oh, hold on. Another royal marriage from Cora. I mean, yeah, right? Like,
yeah. We're allied with them. We want them to be friendly. Not a great ruler, or not a great queen consort, but such is life. Fortunately,
I mean, you can have up to 4. Fill that hopper, I guess.
I mean, the royal marriages technically are just part of your family. It's not necessarily you.
All right, claim. All right, so we have built our spy network.
It's time to start a party.
So now we can do fabricate claim.
Yep. So we'll want to fabricate a claim on
Constantinople.
Yes.
Okay. Oh, that happens instantly. So that is a resource we build up and then spend. It's not a mystery meat thing like in Crusader Kings 2, which is like sit there and wait until they manage to get a claim.
Yeah, I know. This one it's good, so we can recall that guy, and we can get our...
So now we can click on them and say, yo, we're going to war.
Yep,
right?
So I'm going to move... Let's see, which troops do we want where?
Oh, we need a diplomat to come back.
Yep.
All right. So
now...
now...
One of the armies over there.
Well, we're right next to it with 20,000, so like that's enough to take out 6, right?
Yes, but we'll want to put a leader in there. So if you click on that army.
I don't see what button's the leader button. Leader, no leader.
Yeah, so you click that, and then there's one he's already signed, so we'll need another leader. We can either recruit one, or we can have our Sultan lead in battle.
Ooh, should we do it?
Yeah, give ruler military command.
Yeah.
Look at those stats. Much better than the other guy.
All right, but of course we could die.
Details.
All right, so now we can click on declare war. And we don't need our allies for this. We don't care about them.
So they'll bring Athens and Albania into the party.
Albanian's not checked. Only Athens is.
That's so they'll automatically call them. If we check Albania, it'll add them as a co-belligerent. Which, while it makes it easier to take their stuff, also calls any of their allies in addition. And they are guaranteed by Venice, so we would also have to fight Venice.
Okay, so we don't want that.
So we'll leave Albania as a non-co-belligerent. We can still probably eat most of their stuff, but
I mean, this is gonna be over in no time, right? Or is this gonna be a drag out?
The siege will take a while, but the actual fight will be very short.
All right, so let's do it. Declare war. I just click confirm, right? It's all set up.
Yep, go for it.
All right, and then put that war score over there, and then we take our 20k people and just march them in.
Yep. And it's currently paused, but we're good.
Yeah, we just wait. All right, we won a sea battle.
And you can see the sword is up there, and yeah, we're just blasting through them.
Oh, hold on. Pause. All right. Battle sea, claim, battle Constantinople. Okay, so our war score is now at 14%. We have taken Constantinople. War goals ticket. Okay, so now we're just waiting, right? We're waiting for the siege to happen?
Yeah. And if you click on the province now, it'll open up the siege view.
Yeah.
So I'm going to
lose 5%. Okay. So this is something I'm really bad at. I don't know exactly how many people to leave behind, and I always get the AI always beats me up because they're like, "Oh, I'm gonna have 4 armies dancing around you, and I have one big army trying to chase them." And that's what I do really poorly.
Fairly annoying thing they can do. So what I'm gonna do is just have.
Wait, who are Ottomans fighting in
Greece?
Where is? Yeah, Antony against
Athens. Yeah, and then there's some more Byzantium down there.
Did you move them, or did they just do that on their own?
Yeah, I put that army on that side.
Oh, okay.
And then I split the army in half and pulled half of it 1 tile away.
Yeah.
On the siege of Constantinople, so that only half of the army is taking attrition due to the siege. And the other half is close enough to reinforce if something would go wrong, but not taking the siege.
Gotcha.
And so now we have the glorious need to just wait while those sieges tick up.
That takes. All right. Well, we've got a free diplomat. I'm gonna pause. We have a free diplomat. Is there anything that you can do? Like, I feel like they should always be doing something.
You don't have to worry too much about micromanaging them if you don't want to worry about it. You could butter up our ally just to make sure they like it.
Oh, I forget who our allies are.
It's Kara Kyunlu.
Okay. So I can click on here. Diplomacy with. We want a war. 7 probably been coming to point that path we're going when it comes to army research is utterly foolish. We're gonna lose 50 military power or lose 10 prestige. How do you decide in these situations?
So prestige, ideally, you want to keep. The more positive it is, the better, but it has an automatic decay rate back to 0. Same with if it goes negative, it's supposed to lose 10 prestige.
Yeah.
Or lose military power. I'd rather have the military power to save up for a tech. So we'll lose the prestige. It'll send us slightly negative, which will give us some very minor penalties.
Okay.
But we'll also gain prestige from winning any battles or winning this war.
And we're doing that right now. All right.
Yep. So we can unpause, and so by the end of this,
we want another minor war. So you're marching around doing stuff.
well, not really. That one was just sitting on. I don't know why the Albanians attacked me there while I was sieging their fort. Like, I wasn't doing anything interesting.
Okay.
So yeah, there's 3 sieges going. All of them are at ridiculously low siege speeds. Whenever you siege a port, if you don't have them blockaded, it takes even longer. So our navy is currently blockading Constantinople, which is good, but that means the siege of Athens is extra slow.
Well, we don't care about Athens.
I mean, we want them eventually, but Constantinople is the important part.
Right. We the siege won't gain us anything.
It will gain us war score, and we'll need to take it in order to actually capture it, which we will want to do. But because Constantinople is the war goal, we want to get that first.
Right.
Because in this game, holding the war goal gives you a plus up to 25% war score ticking thing.
Right.
And not having it gives you a 25% penalty.
All right, lots of little battles.
What are they doing over there?
They're just throwing people at it.
I just don't get that. Like, the AI is not normally that suicidal to an obvious not a trap.
Oh, land theft.
Positive.
Many land donations are quite old, and while they are always written down, both landscape and names may have changed since the donation was originally written. Recently, the Ulemi have been accusing some members of the Umura of outright land theft in the form of encroaching on the lands donated to the Ulema long ago. The Umura, on the other hand, argue that it is Ulema who are trying to seize lands and not own. All right, so these are my royals, right? These are my vassals. These are my
the estates, right?
The estates. That's the word.
Yeah. You're gonna piss off one of them. Doesn't really matter.
You piss off both of them.
You can always do that too.
Because I have no information here. Like, I don't. Like, they're both identical in their loyalty. Right?
Yeah, so in this, at the moment, yes. So at this point, just, pick one kind of arbitrarily and we can take it up from there.
Sure.
We've got low crown land. That's an issue to burn later.
Low crown lands. Meaning that we need more land?
So that's the... Well, we're just waiting for the sieges. We can... Oh, well, hello. That was really lucky. Dang. So we just took the siege of Constantinople, which instantly gave us like 30 war score because it's their capital and it's a fort.
Yes.
Their fleet is being forced out into a battle where we're going to club them. And we can then march our army in and take another location.
All right, so hold on. Low crown land. What does that mean?
So go ahead and click it, and it'll take us to the estates page.
Summon the diet. Okay, I don't know what that means.
So the pie chart is a percentage based on all of our estates, how much of the land they own versus how much we as the crown own.
Okay, so we own 29%, which is less than the other one. So if someone's saying like, yo, we own more than you?
It's specifically if the crown owns less than 30, you get penalties that increase the further you go below that. If the crown owns more than 60%, you get scaling benefits.
Oh, but I could sell 10% of my land, which I don't want to do, but I get a lot of ducats.
Yep. When we're at peace, the grayed out button, we can seize 5% of the land back, but it pisses off all the estates a little bit.
Now, when we get Constantinople, do I get that land?
So when you conquer new land, it portions it out, so all the estates get some, but generally the crown land gets a higher percentage of the new land than otherwise.
So theoretically, it should resolve itself.
Yes.
Okay.
Hopefully. I mean, we'll find out.
Yeah.
Because we are just under at 29%, it will probably resolve, but there's a chance that it won't.
Okay.
All right, so we are clubbing them. Let's see. I'm going to bring our ruler down to Athens because he has very high siege value, which makes sieges go faster.
Mm-hmm. So our war score at 40, we need to get all the way to 100.
100 would be ideal, and to get to 100, you need to destroy pretty much all the armies of everybody you're against and occupy all of their forts and capitals.
Oh.
Yes. Well, and while that sounds like a lot, we are... Oh, don't club my navy to death. Who did they get reinforcements from? Oh, Albania.
All right, we got the siege.
So I'm going to move that guy south and take another province. Yes. Let's see. Pull this other army off of Athens.
So what I see here is that this is just the horror of war, where it's like they won't give up until everybody is dead, kind of thing.
Well, the way the peace system will work is every bit you want from them costs money.
Money.
Or sorry, not money. Costs war score.
Okay.
So the more we want to take, the more war score we'll need. So if we just wanted to slice off Constantinople, they'll probably take that right now. But if we want to annex the rest of Greece from these guys...
Okay, so we're going... We started with like... We started with like we want one thing, but now we can also push for more because they should be sending us as much as going like, would you please stop? Here's Constantinople. And they're like, nah.
So you only need one... As long as your cause allows it, you only need one cause to start a war, and then
but you can take as much.
You can take as much as you have war score for.
Okay.
And that's where the limits show up. So I'm going to stop improving relations with Karakiunlu so that we can get a merchant or a diplomat to start playing with.
Okay. And our Poland is almost done. They're 10 more, and they will accept our alliance once we're out of war.
Oh, nice. Excellent.
But we should move that diplomat out at 99 because they'll be capped.
I mean, it'll give us a message once it hits 100.
Okay.
So, how aggressive do we want to get? Wow.
So Athens has a really big fleet.
Yep, it is annoyingly big.
And we don't want to do anything with our ducats right now because it costs more to reinforce our armies right now.
I mean, we don't have a lot to do with our ducats, and our income isn't very high.
Yeah.
And reinforcing the armies will cost money. So we need to be very careful about that. Although we could...
That diplomat is free, by the way.
Yeah, we could force Albania out of the war and get some money from them.
Is that a spending war score thing?
Yeah, we could do that. So, with Albania, can open up diplomacy with Albania. Click sue for peace, which opens up the war option. And
Albania.
This is just negotiating with Albania.
Okay, and we can go, hey, sue for peace. And does this cost us war score, or is this just something we like?
So we have 45 war score with Albania specifically.
Yeah.
Looking up the top.
And we could just say.
And so, yeah, that's a fair amount to spend. And that doesn't affect our war score with Byzantium. Oh, hello, that's an army.
Okay, hold on. I'm gonna pause. Let's go through this. So first off, we can pull back our diplomat from Poland because they're maxed out.
Yep.
And then we gotta look at this battle here and go, hey. And you said Albania, so I could just be like, get out of this war. And
so
do
we could just force them out of the war. They'll leave, and they're no longer counted. That would be a white peace with them. We could make them give us war reparations, which is where they give us 10% of their income for 10 years.
I like that, but they may not offer it.
We can demand it from them as a cost for piecing out, and as long as it's less than
the war
as
score.
long as that green check mark, yeah. We've got the war score for it, and we've beaten up their armies and their provinces. So they'll take that, and if we make them pay 25 ducats, which is the max we can demand from them, they'll do that and just
so
leave.
that's. But I get a little bit of inflation.
Yeah, don't worry about the inflation.
All right, so I could say peace offer $25 and nothing else, or offer tribute.
Go to demand tribute, and then in the last tab is treaties, and one of them is war reparations. And you select that.
Okay, so now I'm saying it's going to cost us 35 war score, but we have 45.
Yep, send it to them.
Send demand or suggest demands?
Send the demand.
Boom. All right,
so
we got some cash, and they're out of the war. Fine. All right, so now if I look at our war score, we're now at 86% because we got rid of them. So now it's okay. So if we want,
because we need more, we need to let some diplomats get back. There we go.
Yeah.
So in order to take the last of this, we need to get this last fort on Moria, which is very doable.
Okay.
Unfortunately, sieges before cannons take a very long time. Once you have cannons, it accelerates the siege process dramatically.
I'd imagine so, yeah. All right, so we have some mana.
But not quite enough for a tech
Not quite enough for tech. We're getting there.
And it'll prompt us as soon as that comes up.
Okay.
Byzantium, you're so cute. You think that giving me this peace deal will make me accept.
I didn't even see that. All right, we have 2 free diplomats. What do we want to do with them?
One of them we can have improve relations again with... Oh man, Karakunlu's not doing well. Who are they at war with? Oh, no, they're doing all right. We can butter them up. We'll need to keep 1 diplomat on standby for ending this war.
Okay, so I want to say improve relationships with 1 with Karakunlu.
So that'll keep our ally happy with us.
Yeah.
Waiting on this war, so I'm going to crank it up to speed 3 because we're just waiting for a siege.
So there's a peace offer from Byzantine that you've declined.
Yep. See, they're like, here, have that one thing you wanted and some other goodies, and I'm like, no, I could have all of it.
They had their chance. If they would have offered that 2 weeks in, maybe, but...
Yeah, no, at this point, I believe the right phrase is, I want it all.
I want it all. I want it all.
Hmm?
All right, so let's pause for a second. Okay, so we want... Okay, so we're almost ready to vassalize. All right, that's all.
So we could vassalize them, or we could demand their full annexation.
Oh. I didn't even see that.
So if you just click on every province they own, you can, or just demand tribute cede provinces. We can just click on all of them. And their vassals.
This is just the one. They only have one, right?
They've got a bunch down in Greece too.
Where?
Oh wait, Athens or Byzantium?
I'm looking at Ramazan.
Oh, we can't offer them vassalization until we're at peace.
Yeah. I'm saying that's ready as soon as we're out of this war.
As soon as we hit that. Yep.
And
that'll be a diplomatic vassalization.
Diplomatic.
I mean, that's how we're gonna do it. Is
okay.
Offer vassalization via diplomacy, because you can also beat someone up and force them to be your vassal in a war.
But you're saying there's not an option here to incorporate, or is that something you do later?
We'll get that eventually.
Okay.
Once someone has been a vassal for 10 years, you can.
Oh, you can do that. Yeah.
Yes.
All right. We can unpause then and keep rolling, because we should be done with this war soon, right? Because we're down to we're at 93%.
We are waiting for one last fort to go down, and it's at -7%.
Seven percent chance for surrender.
Right, and that will continue to tick up with phases. Most
every
of the time.
every roll. It's impossible to get it right. No,
we
actually, it's
got
not
Constantinople on the 7.
That's true.
Most common is usually in the 30 to 50 range.
I gotta talk to the designer who said a D14 is the right number for this. You know, like, where did that math come out? Where it's...
I have no idea.
Oh, hold on. The campaign in Athens has run into severe logistic problems. As the season for salary payment draws near, it's becoming abundantly clear that we will not be able to pay all the troops, as there's simply no way for the money to get to them on time. All right. We can't afford the manpower, right?
What are the options? Lose manpower?
Lose 5,500 manpower, which we have 1,400, or lose 5% army professionalism and 45 desolation to the Moria area.
Let's lose the manpower, because we, in this context, we can't go negative.
Okay. Oh, you can't go. Whoa, that's weird.
So you can go negative in terms of your armies on the field. So let's say we get into a giant battle right now. The armies on the field will not replenish until our manpower pool has something in it.
Okay.
But the pool itself can't go negative.
Provincial unrest, 0.01. Peace offer from the Byzantine. We don't want it.
Yep.
You had your chance.
Boom. Okay, we're at 99% war score. Let's see if they'll give us everything they want.
So where are you seeing this? Okay, so you're saying...
Right. So bring up the... You can bring up the war screen.
Yeah, is it the white
right?
flag or...
No.
No, it's the selecting this option like offer peace deal. Okay.
Yep. And then from there, I have just... You can click them on the map or you can use the menu. I've just clicked on all of their provinces that offer costs 75 war score, and then I demanded all of their money as well, which is worth 89. So this deal, while we're going to do it, has some very important costs that we have to pay attention to.
All right, so I clicked all these locations and $48.
Yep. So if you're looking down on the lower left, there is a summary. You know, we demand their full annexation as well as Athens ceding at me.
Yeah.
They'll pay us some money. We'll get a tiny bit of inflation. The peace will cost 77 diplomatic power because demanding stuff outside of the single
cast a
thing we have
spell.
a claim on.
Yeah.
Cost us a little bit of diplomatic power.
36 points, 37 points of aggressive expansion penalty, sure.
And then we'll gain some prestige, they'll lose some. The important
seems
thing to
good.
look over is when you look at the aggressive expansions penalty, it says 90 initially.
Mm-hmm.
It says cause you to suffer between 2 and 90 aggressive expansions with 315 countries. If you mouse over it, it'll tell you how many people will cross the important threshold of 50.
And those people go like, hey, bro, what are you doing?
Yeah, so a coalition can form against you when at least 4 people who don't have a truce with you cross that threshold of 50.
Mm-hmm.
So in this, we've got 3 people, so we're already safe. And Byzantium is not going to exist when we're done with this. So really, there's only 2 people.
2, gotcha.
It'll also, beneath that is overextension, only 49%. That will give us some scaling penalties until we've cored the land. The main threshold you need to watch out for is 100. If you go over 100 overextension, it gives you a ton of really bad events.
Because we're just unable to maintain that size.
Yep. And then if you look on the bottom right, there's little flags next to send demand that says a coalition may form against you. And you always want to mouse over that and see who's in it.
And we don't care about Byzantine again because they're going to go away.
Right. And there's only 2 other people, so we're okay. So we can send demand.
Do it.
And sent. Boom.
All right, so
now we've eaten their land. One quick important thing to note is that their surviving army is now Byzantine separatist rebels and will attempt to go back to their core territory and reclaim some of it. Be a shame if 2 giant armies right next to them jumped it.
All right, so our Crown Lion hasn't updated yet because we haven't unpaused probably. We've got a lot of unrest, which was mainly because of war exhaustion,
Some war exhaustion. We're also overextension provides some, and the places we just conquered are a bit uppity. So there's going to be a few rebellions, but that's what armies are for.
And we're a little corrupt.
Yeah, we'll get to that in a minute. So I'm going to unpause it long enough to crush that army. And then we're going to do a whole bunch of things in quick succession.
Oh, we got a Naval Doctrine. We got a leader trait. All right, we got the trait. Wait, did we? I don't know.
So we're going to do a couple of different things. We've got now the decision to make Constantinople our capital.
Is that good?
Yes. We will gain a stability. We'll gain a core on Constantinople that we don't have to pay for. We'll gain 11 development. It'll change its culture and its religion to be what we want. It's just all good. Like,
seems good, yeah.
Yeah, go ahead and click that button. It is amazing.
So
I forgot about that.
Constantinople, and we will say
make it the capital.
Okay, you're saying click that button, but
the national decision button.
Oh, okay.
Make Constantinople capital. This is something that doesn't happen very often.
I'm looking for it. Here it is. Make okay, so that's just win.
Yes.
Okay. Now, didn't we also get a mission completed?
Yes, so we can click that. And the mission was to
get Constantinople back.
Yep.
And we get a bunch of
claims
against Greece.
Which will be, yep, and it'll make it cheaper to core those now that we've just grabbed them. And we've expanded the Ottomans, which gives us
and we got our
more.
force limit. Yeah, okay. So
all that shit's real good. And then and then we have to core the land we've just taken.
What does core the land mean?
It is sort of a proxy for setting up your administration in that territory.
Okay.
So uncored land gives you overextension, which gives you a ton of penalties. To fix that, we want to core it. You can either use the drop down there, or get.
So I see some of your provinces will ask core. I click on it. It gives us stability and expansion. And then we have 4 choices here, and it says make core. So it's going to take a little bit of diplomatic power. Is there reason not just click core all?
No reason whatsoever.
Core all.
Click it. Yep. Boom. And so it takes some time to core them.
Yeah.
And then that will be all good. So we unpause, and our stuff is in good shape.
Damnation.
Yep.
Do we need to put our boat back on anti-pirate mode?
Yeah.
All right, so I want to vassalize Ramada?
Yes. Ramazan.
All right, we
They
get
are
half
now
of
our
their...
vassal.
And we can pull back this diplomat because we don't need to improve our relationship with them.
Yep. As a vassal, you can do plus 200 instead of the normal plus 100 cap, which is always nice.
We have 2 free diplomats, but hold on. All right, so then you're going to say at some point we will have 10 years we could annex them. Okay.
Yep. And you don't have to annex them if you don't want to, but we can. So we've just dramatically strengthened the empire. And
So
now...
do we want to buy this military tech?
Definitely. Tech
Okay.
4 is quite good to have, especially if other people don't have it. Your troops will have a nice edge.
All right, we also have a Naval Doctrine.
So we can pick what naval doctrine we want. Given that we are in the Mediterranean, free oarsman is very solid. It gives all of your galleys higher combat ability.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So I'll go ahead and take that. It'll cost us a little bit of. It'll cost us most of our money, but it's a one-time cost to have that.
Plus, it makes the little banner go away.
Yep, which is always good.
All right, so our corruption is growing, but it should stabilize once we get our cores up.
Yeah, so if you mouse over the corruption, it tells you it's going up by plus 0.03.
Yeah.
Yeah, which
and that's
is
all from
mostly
overextension.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right, so...
And the corruption makes anything that costs monarch power more expensive by the amount that you are corrupt.
Okay.
As
So...
percentage.
Isn't this enough land? Like, aren't we just happy here? Like, we got Constantinople. Like, why must humanity continue to drive for more?
That's a philosophical question I don't know the answer to.
It's not included in this game. There's got to be a DLC eventually that adds it.
Mm-hmm. So now we want to take a look at the coalition map mode. Where is it in? It's gonna be here somewhere. Come on. Am I really as bad at finding? Yeah, diplomatic map modes. One of the options is coalition map mode. So to find that, use the map modes finder in the lower right above the minimap.
Okay.
The diplomatic one, and then the fourth option down is coalition map mode.
You say that. That's not...
Okay, so there's the 4 map mode buttons.
I have to assign one.
Oh, sorry, not those buttons. The blue buttons to the right of those. Should be there.
Diplomatic coalition. Yeah. I just
So-
added it to my quick map mode thing. So
Super
we are
useful.
nice and
Or blue.
blue. Yeah.
As countries get madder at you, they become redder. If they're
Okay.
mad enough to join a coalition, they're like a pretty deep color, and then if they're in a coalition, it's bright flaming red.
Okay.
So as you can see, Serbia and Wallachia on our border don't
Are
like
not
our aggressive
fans.
expansion.
Yeah.
And you can mouse over them and it tells you how much it is.
50-50.
And then as you mouse over other people, you can see. Generally, aggressive expansion spreads outward, so distance reduces it.
Yeah.
And it's amplified by if someone is the same culture.
Well, I gotta assume that like, it's just basically, you know, the more at risk they are, the more they're upset about it. Like, oh no, they captured part of Poland or something. I'd be like, whatever, who cares? We're in Africa, but
Exactly. So If they're the same culture, that's a proxy for how threatened they are, and if they're close to you, it's another proxy.
Yeah.
The other thing to note is that the Holy Roman Empire, which is Germany mostly and northern Italy, has a doubled aggressive expansions penalty by default.
Huh.
So taking territory within the Holy Roman Empire is difficult. You need to be very careful when you do it.
Gotcha.
That will trip people up. The other one is that if you take territory from someone who isn't a co-belligerent in the war, so in this case, if we had taken it from Albania, we would have gotten double aggressive expansion from that part.
Gotcha.
Just on the Albanian portion that we took. So I've watched someone take territory from someone in the Holy Roman Empire as a non-co-belligerent. They took one province. It caused a coalition.
Gotcha.
So
Don't mess with Rome.
If you're going to, you can make sure to plan ahead. Like, it can be
Right.
done, but yeah, Holy Roman Empire it requires a special level of management to fight with.
Gotcha.
So we're in fairly good shape. Those guys don't like us, which means we either need to attack them and take them down directly or go somewhere else so they can cool off for a bit. Aggressive expansion naturally decays at like 2 every year or something.
So we are now back up to over 30% of land controlled by us. That's good.
Foolish trade leagues. Starting to recover a little bit of manpower.
Yeah.
That reminds me, I'm going to consolidate one of the armies in Constantinople and start drilling it.
To increase. Whoa! Okay.
Surprise!
All of our truces ended.
Yes, that has to do with the 4th Crusade, I think, or something like that. 5th Crusade. That's modeled in this game as having happened in the past, so we are now in good shape.
So I like the missions bar because now I can look at that and go like, okay, what can I do right now? It's a long way off to get my income up.
And it'll just happen at some point.
Yeah.
So we can generally push into, the easiest ones are push into Greece or Asia Minor. If we use the diplomatic map mode, which is probably one of the ones you've got by default.
Yeah.
To White Dove. If you click on that one and click on us, it will...
The dashed lines are things we can conquer.
The green dashed lines are things we have a core on.
Okay. Or sorry, it's turning into a core.
Yeah, so the cyan dashed lines are we're turning that into a core. The darker green ones, like on Albania, are we have a core already on that province that we can reconquer. And the yellow dashed lines are things we have a claim on, which is good enough to start a war.
Okay, so like we could go up here and look at Kandar and be like, hey.
Exactly.
What's up with you? We could go to Kandar and say, hey, what's up with you? And they say...
I could say, please don't hurt me. Now, would they adopt exception? Nope. We own one of their core provinces, so they will not become a vassal without being bludgeoned first.
Okay.
But yeah, we launch a war on Kandar.
Do we need to wait until anything else resolves, or is that just...
Nah, we can launch it. They're not a big threat.
Yay!
We
got a
victory
core.
Card. So, if you were going to finish the next war before the stuff you're currently coring finishes, you need to make sure not to trip your overextension over 100, but...
This war's gonna take quite a while.
The war will take long enough, and it's not enough territory that'll even be a problem. So, we can just launch. They don't even have any allies right now. So, bye, guys.
It's a lot of war score.
Yep, because we obliterated their entire army. And then we'll send the fleet over to blockade it and make the siege go a bit faster. the wrong guy. Split.
113 ducats. I don't know what to do there.
Ooh, what's the decision?
Smugglers running rampant. People are finding lots of ways of getting around paying taxes and fees on moving goods, smuggling them past authorities through very clandestine channels. This is cutting our income, but stopping it costs quite a lot in the short term. We can pay 113 right now to stop it, or we could take 10 years worth of minus 10% taxes. So 10 years worth of minus 10% taxes would be 140 ducats over 10 years, or we pay 113 ducats now, putting us in the negative.
And if we go into the negative, we'll automatically take out a loan, but those require some interest to be repaid.
So I think it's just the overtime is, yeah, it's too expensive.
Annoying, but manageable.
Yeah.
Go ahead and unpause. Yeah, and that one is situational. Which one is appropriate at the time? So sort of same drill as before. Even though there isn't another enemy army, I've got a chunk of the army there ready to reinforce.
Do we want to learn temples?
Ooh, yes. So we can now build temples.
All right, we got another decision here. A talented judge. Acquiring education in theology and law is often a long process while studying classic works of law under the tutelage of sheikhs of various madrasas. I'm really bad at pronunciation. For every work or commentary learned, the student acquires a certificate in ijaza. Depending on that, not be the same. Oh, okay, so I get the talented trait. Local construction cost minus 15, local unrest minus 2, state maintenance minus 25%, or gain 2 skill statements of Greek heritage following this from the faith advisor, 50% cheaper. I like the... Is that us? No. I don't understand. I hear Macedona is in need of a new Qadi. Oh, Macedona is a location. So I would need to find out where Macedona is.
There should be an option to zoom to look at the province, I think.
There is not.
I thought some of the events have them. I guess one of them doesn't. I would go with the one that isn't gain the advisor for now, because don't really have the money.
Just give it to that one, yeah.
Yeah.
And they get it for 15 years. Sure. I don't know where that is.
If you tap F. Oh.
All right, got our cores up.
Hit F, it gives you a search. You can type in a province or a country, and it'll allow you to just go to it directly.
Oh. Macedonia. Okay. Why does it keep playing the courts? While the Happy School is officially sanctioned, School of the Empire, there are many courts. Oh my gosh, all right, two pop-ups. Move towards legalism.
Sounds good to me.
Okay.
Legalism is solid.
Fate of the Patriarchate. The Archleader Constantinople in our hands must decide the fate of the Christian Patriarch. You get a whole bunch of 3 manpower or close it down for $168 plus taxes. So we can say there are many Christians in the city, might be therefore prudent to show some leniency. Furthermore, its survival might serve as a means of continuity between people. So if we use the Patriot as proof of our claim of being a second Rome. We get 3 base manpower, and then everybody likes us.
Yeah, let's do that one.
Or we can get rid of it, confiscate its properties. Everybody hates us, but we get more tax. Oh, let's make everybody like us.
Money comes and goes, but the base manpower sticks around for a while.
Okay. So we can now build. I can build a mosque in 3 provinces. I don't know if I want to do that.
More than 3. So go ahead and click that button, and it brings up the diplomatic macro builder. Yeah. So if you click the mosque, it'll bring up a list of all of the provinces, and the column on the right.
Oh, is who would get the most reward from it. So if I build a mosque in Constantinople or whatever it's now, I would gain plus 43 gold a unit a time.
Yep.
So that would mean that,
go with that one.
Yeah.
It's over double the bang for your buck of the next leading competitor.
Yeah, so that's good.
And that's because it's a modifier of whatever the base tax is in that province. And in Constantinople, our base tax is 13, and everywhere else it's like 4. We both clicked that. All right, so we can unpause. It's motoring along.
So if I was to then use, if I eventually got to it, if I used 130 to improve Constantinople, okay, so that would be one to be almost worth improving. Oh, and these improvements also give us more crown land. So this is another way to get crown land up.
So for Kandar,
yeah,
they have the unfortunate problem of about to be annexed and what little money they have taken.
The resistance. Italian cities. Oh.
I just finished out that war on them.
Okay. Countries that have not fully embraced the Renaissance institution will increase technology cost. Okay.
All right. So this is how they do institutions. They spawn roughly every 50 years. This is how they sort of simulate technology boosts in different areas. So if you go to the technology menu, there is the institutions button at the top left of the technology.
Yeah.
You click that, you can show the different institutions, and so you'll see where it spawned, where it's spreading, and then you can mouse over places and find out by how fast and why.
Okay, so now it's Renaissance, and we can't embrace it because it doesn't have enough.
Right. So the way that works is the institution has to be present in over 10% of your provinces. It is
right now
in a bunch, but it's not present.
Okay. Okay. So eventually it'll get over here, and then we could adopt it.
Yes, we can also force it by spending monarch power to develop provinces, and that will push the institution along, but that's, for this case, probably not worth it for us.
Gotcha. So, okay, let me ask this global question. How does one learn this game?
I would say the most common ways are YouTube videos.
Okay.
Using the wiki some, and just getting in and tinkering and seeing how stuff works.
Because I feel like onboarding is something that this game suffers with, or a lot of the Paradox games suffer with.
You are not wrong, and it has also gotten more complicated over time.
Yeah.
There is a tutorial, but I don't remember if it's been updated in like a decade.
Sure.
There's a chance that it hasn't. So other fun little interactions. Head to the government, and then the first is the court screen. We can like where we see the ruler, you can change what the national focus is. You can do that every certain number of years. The national focus gives you +2 to one category and -1 to the other two, so it allows you to somewhat focus what monarch power you're getting.
Oh, hold on,
we got really nice.
Sorry, continue. I just want to pause. We had two.
Oh yeah, they just want military access. You can choose whether or not you want to give it to them. It doesn't change anything for us.
Okay.
If you give military access to one side of a war, it's automatically granted to people in the other side.
Sure.
For as long as that war is. That's to stop any shenanigans.
Right.
So we could choose to focus where our monarch power is. Kind of fine where it is right now. We could choose to hire some advisors. Unless you'd rather have money.
Hold on. So we have the levy. In many times everyday occurrence of life, emperor and his predecessor become the subject of ceremony. Being able to attend bedroom of a ruler as he dresses, for instance, considered to many the best way to gain the ear of the emperor. Denying them the right to take part in daily life, emperor entirely on the hand would also limit influence Umara likely. So keep it at a modest level. The Umara estate loses 10 loyalty, but they're currently at 33%, 33 loyalty, which means they would be under 30 and have a chance of rebelling.
They won't rebel just for that, though.
All right, because the other option is... Oh. What? Oh, they lose influence. So, pay $138, lose taxes, gain 0.5 prestige a year, which could be okay.
But
it costs a lot.
For that, though.
Stiff price. Or lose 5 prestige, and they cause them to lose the loyalty, 15 loyalty, and 10 influence. I'm going to say I'm okay with losing the prestige and telling these people to bugger off. I don't know if that's wise or not.
Nobility. Why
yeah.
not?
Let me just double check where they are.
That is the estate, so they don't really have a fixed
estates.
Location.
No, I just want to see where they're at here. So this is the ones that have the most land.
Oh, we can fix that.
All right, we'll say no such need of that thing. Go away.
Yep, they're mildly miffed, and it'll tell you that there's a disloyal estate.
Yeah.
It's like, all right, cool. So, other thing, we should go to that estates page and summon the Diet.
Summon the Diet. Click.
Yep.
All right.
And it will give you 3 agenda options.
Okay.
And then it'll tell you each one of them has a reward associated with it, and you have a certain period of time to fulfill the objective.
Manpower is at least 75%. We're already there, right? No, that's not 75% manpower.
75% full.
Okay.
So we were at 8,000 out of 42,000.
That's not 75%, but it's growing, and we're going to be out of war soon.
And we're not at war at the moment, so it should just be growing.
The merchant guilds. I think the base production is what I like, which is the proposal of the Demi.
Is it to get the base production of something up to a certain
level?
level?
That's the reward.
What's the...
Get local authority autonomy up to more than 15% in Kesserai.
Get it down to or up to?
It says local authority higher than 15% in Kesserai. So Kesserai autonomy is at 1.3%.
Let's go ahead and take that one.
And then do you just click the increase autonomy by 25% button?
We'll take a look at that in a second. We've... Yeah, so in Kesserai, should be able to just, increase autonomy by 25.
Yeah.
And boop, we'll fulfill the objective.
All right, do it.
All right. It be done.
So we should just get that reward then.
We'll unpause it and see what happens. Boom,
Yep.
There we are.
One base
Plus
production.
1 base production.
That seems good.
Yep, it is. So our money comes from 3 main sources. Taxation, production, and trade.
Yep.
Taxation is just whatever the base tax of a province is times some multiplier. Production and trade get a little bit more complicated. Production actually is still somewhat straightforward. If you click on any single province, how about Constantinople, because it's easy. Production is the amount of goods produced times the price of the good. And so Constantinople produces glass, which currently has a price of 3.
I just built the trade depot.
I wonder where.
I built it in Hudgar. I mean, it said
That's
plus
fine.
7.
It's a good place.
Yeah, I was trying to zoom in on it, and it built it. The other one is plus 5, plus 6. Like there's some really good marketplaces to build. Sorry, I wasn't
We'll get
paying
to that in a
attention.
second. Now, if we go to Constantinople, they produce glass, and then the base production tells you how much.
Okay.
I think it's annoying in that that's per year.
Ah.
So it's 3.17 goods per year times that price, and then divided out by month. So it'd be something like 0.9 from production per month from Constantinople alone. The fun part is where that translates into trade.
Right.
So you want to bring up the trade map view, which is the top in economic map modes.
The box.
Yep. So the way this works is trade value is generated in a province. It's gathered into the trade hub at that province.
Yep.
And then it's either collected or sent downstream. So that same 0.9 per month from coming out of Constantine will go into the Constantine trade node. And if you click the actual box for the trade node, it'll pop up a whole graph or an information panel that'll tell you how much trade comes in, how much is outgoing, how much is local.
Yeah.
You can see like what percentage is being kept here and isn't. Generally, countries gather wherever their capital is. So like we gather in the Constantinople trade node because it's where our capital is. You can manually move the point where you collect from, but it's not worth it for us at this point.
Gotcha.
And then the trade value, or the marketplace you built, amplifies the trade value of that province.
So that 7 is yearly 7 gold, or what's the unit of time?
It's not actually gold. This is the weird part. It is plus 7 trade power per month. And that trade power is when you click on the actual node itself, we generate 200 trade power in this node.
Or 0.2 or 200?
So we generate 202.8 total trade power, and then that determines our portion of the gold that we get. So more trade power for us means we get a bigger control over that node.
Gotcha.
So it's good to do that. And in this map mode, it'll highlight all of the interesting features. So like the place you built, Hood of Anagar, has a coastal center of trade. Constantinople has one of those, and the Bosporus Sound Toll, which just gives you plus 10.
Right.
So we'll also want to build a marketplace there. Same with the other couple places we've taken. So generally we want to steer trade to Constantinople and keep as much of it as possible.
Makes sense.
There are 3 endpoint trade nodes in the game: Genoa, Venice, and the English Channel. Trade doesn't get transferred out of those, so ideally controlling one of those is a great long-term option because you can just funnel everything in there and keep all of it. Because the more trade we funnel into Constantinople, we'll get a lot, but a small amount of it will leak out downstream.
All right. So we have an option up here that is called you can make states.
Yes. initially, you have or go ahead and click that. Oh no, that
Yeah.
button won't work.
I don't have an option to. I don't have anything. I can click Moria as a territory. Click to make it a state.
Yeah. So we'll wait on that for a second.
Because we don't own Creta.
But also we don't have the admin power for it. So.
Oh.
When you core something, you turn it into a territorial core. Territorial cores only give you
a smaller percentage.
10% of the total benefits of the province. To get all the rest of it, you have to make it into a state. But there is a limit on your states.
So okay. So that's my administrative capacity.
Yes. So we have a governing capacity. And we're currently using 320 out of 750.
So it seems like we have a lot of range.
Yes. As soon as we have the admin power for it, we can go ahead and turn Moria into a state. In fact, we can turn it into a state now. Mm-hmm. It'll just give us that little flag telling us, hey, you're missing some stuff. But that'll be fine.
Okay. I am going to wrap up this video here because then I need to take a break, but I'll be right back. I need to go to the bathroom. But yeah, I'm enjoying this knowledge stuff. I just don't know how much I'm retaining. So give me 1 minute and I'll be right back. But if you watch this on YouTube and you stick around for the whole 2 hours, congratulations, you get a prize. I don't know what it is. Just ask for your prize. I'll send you one in the mail. Cheers.